I was really culture shocked when I came to Germany. As we came into the airport, obviously the airport wasn't like any other airport. I mean, it's an airport, but it's a different language. And anyway, we got on the freeway, and freeway is not like the freeway here. It's very different. The signs are different shapes, and it was gloomy outside, and it was super green. I was like, where am I? But then, as I was on my way to my first area, we took a train along the Rhine River and just saw so many beautiful castles, and it was so green and beautiful buildings. I was like, wow, this is a postcard. This does not look real. And just being in a city where the old architecture had been preserved was amazing. As time went on, I realized that I didn't have culture shock anymore. It was more of like a homey feeling, and I felt like Germany had become like a part of who I was, who I am. And coming back into the United States, I feel like I experienced culture shock in the reverse direction. Okay, lots of do's and don'ts. So if you're walking on a sidewalk shared with a bike, make sure you stay on the right side, because if you don't, the bike, whoever is riding the bike, every bike has a little bell, and if you're in the bike's way, you will have this bell rung at you until you move. So, don't get run over by bikes. There's a lot of bikes, so just stay on the right side of the sidewalk. Another thing about German culture is that people love to work. The Germans are very hard workers. I know that a lot of refugees were taken into Germany, and Germany wants people, they want to be a working people. And so they require these people to learn German or to start learning a trade. And I think that's very important in their culture. They really cherish that work ethic. If you were to go to Germany for a week, I would recommend you to visit the city Bonn. It was the capital of West Germany before East and West Germany united. And there's just a lot of culture, background, a lot of history in that city. Beethoven was born in Bonn, and so you can visit his house. There's amazing places to go, restaurants. Another place I would tell you to visit is the city of Heidelberg. Beautiful city, has a huge castle. It's on the Neckar River. I feel like there's so many cities that you could visit and so many things you could do, but I would definitely visit some castles and try some German food. I don't know, it's so special, and there's like a special feeling that you don't get here. Something that I loved about Germany is the Sprudelwasser. So Sprudelwasser is seltzer water. It's carbonated water, and Germans love it, and I also love it. Sprudelwasser is the best because you can drink it plain, or you can mix other drinks with it, like juice. But I'm the person who would just buy the whole pack of Sprudelwasser and just drink it plain. And I would always get the classic kind, or like the spritziges Wasser, because the more the carbonation, the better it is. Some of my favorite foods in Germany, number one would have to be Brötchen. So Brötchen is a piece of bread. It's like a little roll, but it's like thick. And you can put basically anything you want on Brötchen. You can put eggs, meat, cheese, which are a staple, and Brötchen is usually eaten in the morning or for lunch. But it's awesome. It's super simple, but the thing that makes Brötchen the best is the bread. So Germans are amazing at bread making, and I could eat it every day. There's so many different types of bread. It just makes it fun to choose what you want to eat. The next thing I love is the classic schnitzel with Rotkohl. So Rotkohl is red cabbage with schnitzel and Kartoffeln, so potatoes. And it's just a classic German meal, and it's very delicious. It's simple and it's heavy, so it fills you up, but also Germany is very international with a lot of different ethnicities and a lot of different cultures mixed in. And so there's a lot of other foods that I was able to try, like Turkish food, especially the döner. It's way good. You should definitely try it with hot sauce. It just makes it tons better. Yes, I remembered another favorite food, Maultaschen. Maultaschen is like pasta, but there's meat inside of it, and so it's like a little pocket, and you can cook it, you can steam it. It's very German, and it's very delicious. Some crazy foods I had. There was a sweet lady who invited us to eat with her, and like we could smell it, and I looked at my companion, and I was like, hey, that smells like tuna fish, but she says she's making spaghetti. And so I was like, what? So we sit down, and I look on the plate, and I'm like, oh, this is spaghetti, but it has tuna fish in it. So tuna fish spaghetti, if you've never had that, it's very interesting. Also, Germans love tuna fish on pizza, which is definitely not American. It's very interesting. But I ate it. I mean, it tastes good. It's just something you wouldn't think of putting tuna fish on pizza. Anyone who tries to learn German who is American sounds like this. And it's not to make fun of them, but it's just how it works. Okay, so if I was a brand new missionary or someone and I wanted to say, hi, I'm a missionary, this is how it would go. Hallo, ich bin Missionar der Kirche Jesu Christi. Wie geht es Ihnen? That wasn't that good, but I tried. So I was asked to give a talk in church. I knew that I was supposed to talk formally with these people because it's in front of everyone in the church, so I would use the formal form of you, so Sie. And at the end, I thought I did like so good, and I was, like doing my best. And then I end and I said, Ich danke dir. That means I thank you, like very informal, in front of the whole ward. And I was like, oh no, I meant to say Ich danke Ihnen. And it was so embarrassing. Something that I miss is living in the city. Like, I served in cities, and so where we live, there were tons of buildings around us and just lots of people, and just like having that experience to live in a city and understand, okay, these people live so close to each other, but you may not know them is really an interesting thought. It's just awesome. Ich möchte eine Botschaft mit Ihnen teilen, dass ich so dankbar bin, dass ich in Deutschland dienen durfte und dass ich vielen Menschen kennenlernen durfte. Ich habe meine Mission geschätzt und ich werde immer erinnern, was es bedeutet, Missionarin zu sein und anderen zu helfen und zu dienen. Ich danke Ihnen für Ihre Hilfe und für alles, was Sie mir gegeben haben, um das zu erreichen und was ich bisher machen konnte. Ich weiß, dass das Evangelium wahr ist und ich bin so dankbar für die deutsche Kultur und die Menschen, die dort wohnen, und für Sie. Sie haben einen großen Einfluss auf die Menschen, die dort wohnen, und ich weiß, dass wenn Sie ein Licht sein möchten, dann können Sie einen großen Einfluss haben auf diejenigen, die um sich sind, und ich habe Sie lieb und ich werde Sie nie vergessen.